Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and I'm going to wear a hat now. I'm back. It's the month of February 2025, and here we are, our first podcast of the month of February. It's a 2002 underrated action comedy starring Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro. Showtime, baby. Yeah, 95 minutes. So this is nice and short. Let's get to it. Hopefully, you guys will join me in the chat this time. Let me just monitor it so we don't have any spam. Subscribers only, yeah. There we go. Let's get started. This is a PG-13 movie, and I like this movie. I think it's underrated. Josh thought it was okay, whatever. This is my podcast. I'm not gonna do 28 podcasts because the 11th I'm going somewhere. The 13th I'm gonna go see Captain America, so that's out. But I'm gonna do some this weekend, today and tomorrow. I want to wear a hat. I haven't worn a hat in a podcast since last year, so it's time. This is underrated. I don't know why people hate this movie so much. Why it flopped. Well, it came out after 9/11, and people were a little bit hesitant to see cops be funny and shooting and during, a post 9/11 world. And also, Eddie Murphy was on a slump at that time. There's Robert De Niro. He's given way worse performances than this. And they're going to be like, they got two New York actors in Los Angeles. It's a movie, guys, not a documentary. Just remember that. Documentaries, most of them are real. Some of them are manipulated, but others are real. That's what I do. And the kids are... No. Yeah, you saw he's looking at the camera. Good. That's Rachel Harris. Eddie Murphy's the best, man. I had to do more of his movies because the Beverly Hills Cop movies, I like rewatching those again. See, this is going to be a very pro-black month, so if that's a problem for you, you can watch somebody else live stream. I'm not BSing my way like Mr. Beast, where I switched video games. I'm a millionaire because of it, because let's face it, he's a white privileged guy, and you know it. I have to work the hard way by doing podcasts for you guys. Love Eddie Murphy. He's the best, man. See, yeah, it's a movie within a movie. It's good. Look who's there, Alex Bornstein. There's a lot of cameos in this movie, a lot. Good cameos. And there's no... the only thing I really don't like in this movie is the villain. I can't understand a word he says. He literally says a line in this movie at the end, and Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro was like, what did he just say? I have no idea what he said. Like, you were doing things to me? I'm like, what? Tough cops. And Eddie Murphy's played a cop many times before. I mean, he just did it again in Axel F last year on Netflix. I'll eventually do that. I'm just not doing it this weekend because I want to stick with physical media. You saw the Batmobile. Is that the one from Batman and Robin? No, get that out of my face. It's one of the worst Batmobiles I've ever seen. Rene Russo. Yum yum. Yes, I know how old she is. I don't care, guys. I've always been attracted to her since Lethal Weapon 3. She has always been a hot woman. There he is, Pedro Damian. Horrible actor in this. Terribly miscast. Most Def would have been the villain, and at least I would understand what he's saying. But this guy, like, I know English is not his first language, but my God, he's just horrible. As Frankie R. Yo. Yeah, William Shatner has a extended cameo in this movie. You saw a Slurpee. You have Robert De Niro's, I think, daughter is in this movie. Yeah, because his wife is black. So, oh, you subbed? Okay, Braylon. So you're welcome here. Only subscribers. No spam. No spam. I mean, Robert De Niro won an Oscar, so he could do nothing but bad movies for the rest of his career, and he'll always have his legacy. That's why he doesn't care. Eddie did not win an Oscar. He was going to win it for Dreamgirls, and then he did Norbit, and it killed his chances. Kadeem Hardison, yeah, he's in this movie too. He worked with Eddie Murphy in Vampire in Brooklyn. This has a really good cast, except for the villain. I just think the villain is horribly miscast. They should have made the villain somebody that Eddie Murphy worked with before. It would have made more sense than some Mexican guy. I have no idea what he's saying half the time. I'm sorry, it's not good. It's a bad performance, and yet these guys get the Razzies, not this Mexican guy. Oh, it's not his fault. He's not wasn't born here. That's not an excuse. There's no excuse. This actor should have been the villain, because at least I can understand him. Even Pedro Pascal, does he do a stupid accent in movies? Not a lot. He was born in Chile, but Chile is in South America. That's not far from North America. But Spain and Mexico are so far away. Will Smith produced this. Oh, I forgot that he produced this movie. This was when he was doing Bad Boys 2. That's why I didn't make a cameo there. There's a Staples Center. Again, recover real soon, LA. I know those fires were horrible. This movie, I'm going to say it. Yes, this is a hot take. I know Josh is going to be like, you're crazy. But I don't care. This movie is better than Emilia Perez. It's short. It's to the point. There's no stupid singing. And these actors actually are trying. The only thing that sucks here, like I said, is the villain. This villain can't act. Most Def also is good for him to sound normal here. He doesn't sound like Mike Tyson. Because he sounded like Mike Tyson in that movie, 16 Blocks. Excuse me. Gotta get some water. It's a good movie. I like this movie. It's very underrated. I don't think it's a disaster. Maybe I hyped it too much and Josh expects too much out of these movies. But guess what? I don't. I'm not expecting the world out of anything anymore. I just want, when it comes to a movie or a show, entertain me. That's all I ask for. I'm not looking for the meaning of life in a movie anymore. After Endgame, you're not going to do better than that. And no movie has in the past 6 years, coming this April. Yes, this has stereotypes, but again, it was 2002, guys. People had bling and they wore do-rags and they had gold teeth. I get it. Okay, I live in Brooklyn, so I know what it's like. This guy was in, I think it was in Live Free or Die Hard. He was in either the Marine or so 12, I think it was in 12 Rounds, yeah, as well, the Spanish guy. But I can understand him. With this Mexican guy, I'm like, he literally says a line, I have no idea what he's saying. So when we get to that scene, I'm going to be like, what? Hold on. It's a fun movie. It's underrated. I didn't rent this movie because, again, by the time I wanted to rent this movie, Blockbuster was already closed. The Police. This guy's crazy. You saw his eyes? Guy's got intense eyes. He looks like Big E. The wrestler Big E. Yeah, Big E Langston. He's got those big eyes. Yeah, crazy eyes. That was cool. He had a gun inside of his Slurpee cup. I guess after 9/11, nobody wanted to see people, police getting shot at. Because you know what happened. I know, I was there. I went to school that day and I saw the towers getting destroyed. I'm like, what? It was crazy. But again, I've recovered. We say the word Showtime a lot in this movie. A fun action movie, action comedy that's under 2 hours. Pinch me, I must be dreaming. Nowadays, they make these movies almost 2 hours, and they don't need to be that long. Yeah. Yeah, De Niro's good in the movie. I don't want to hear he's horrible. He's a cop. Yeah, this isn't one of Eddie Murphy's classics, but compared to some of his other films, he's not playing multiple characters like Norbit or the Nutty Professor. I don't I don't watch Eddie Murphy to play multiple characters unless it's Coming to America or what was that other movie? Trading Places. He plays another character. He plays one character, but he does multiple disguises and things. But here it's like it's one character. There's a lot of violence in this movie. That's why people would rather watch Harry Potter or Spider-Man or even the Star Wars prequels because there was no, terrorism in that. Yeah. De Niro destroyed that camera. You know how much that camera cost? Especially in 2002? And oh, get this, guys, my YouTube community. This movie's better than Madam Web. It flopped, but at least it has a following. Yeah, Madam Web got all these Razzies and it deserved it because it's bad. At least Eddie Murphy's not is not half asleep like poor Dakota Johnson. Yeah, this movie's shorter than Madam Web, and it's better. At least Robert De Niro and Eddie Murphy are not ADR'd badly in this movie. They will destroy me. I must get them. They want my spider. Yeah, nobody talks like that in this movie. I wish this villain was dubbed over because he's has a horrible accent. Hello, you gorgeous creature. Rene Russo, one of the hottest women I have ever seen on screen. I told you, if Caitlin Deaver looks like this, yeah, again, there's no R-rated. This is not R-rated, so if Caitlin Deaver looks like this, like Rene Russo in 20 years, she's got good genes. God, you're such a gorgeous woman. Everything she's in, even when she was Thor's mom, I was attracted to her. How is that possible? Because Rene Russo takes care of herself. She's in her 70s and looks hotter than women in their 30s, messing up their faces with surgery. Yeah, don't do that. Renee, trust me, she's so gorgeous and such a good actress too. Last time she worked with Robert De Niro was in that terrible Rocky and Bullwinkle movie, which is so bad. Excuse me. You are a Venus de Milo, Renee. You really are. And it's a woman in a position of authority and is not a feminist. Gee, you can do that? Yeah, it's called good writing. NAACP. I know what it is. Unlike Kathleen Kennedy, people respect Renee Russo, and they're still attracted. They're still attracted to her. And cop shows do well. I mean, why do you think CSI is still around? And shows like SWAT and Law and Order and all that. Yeah, a lot of and also a lot of cop shows do well because people like to see them doing stuff like that. Even comedy shows like Car 54 were huge hits. Yeah, poor Julio. His camera was completely destroyed. Or on the internet. That's funny. That is funny. That guy was also a cop in Friday After Next. Hey, Spidey, what's up? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I missed you, man. Oh, did you see the new Spider-Man cartoon? It was awesome, right? I like it. There's some problems I had with it, mainly for some of the side characters, but again, I'll get to that late when I review it. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's very talented. Like he still makes me laugh. He could say something, just his delivery just makes me laugh. This movie is funny. It makes me laugh every time I watch it. There's Johnny Cochran. There's another cameo. Also, I like how meta this movie is without winking in your face. It's like 21 Jump Street, except that was successful and this wasn't. I'll do those movies eventually, but after Halloween, Valentine's Day, because I'm gonna lick my lips a lot, Josh. If I do 21 Jump Street, you're gonna see me do this a lot, like a lizard. You know why? There's some gorgeous women in that movie. Oh my god, and the sequel too. And I love Robert De Niro. I saw the new Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It was awesome. I loved what they did with Spider-Man. They did it well. What? You shouldn't have shot the camera. You should have just told. If Robert De Niro was the villain in this movie, which would have been a crazy twist, which I'm glad they didn't do that. It would have made more sense. He's such a legend, man. I love that man's work. Most of it, especially his early stuff like Mean Streets. Excuse me. I gotta see Raging Bull. I gotta see it. I haven't seen Raging Bull. What Bad Boys? What you gonna do? Yeah, I remember that show. It was big in the '90s. De Niro was considered one of the greatest actors. Yeah, he is, and I get why. I've seen him act. Him and Al Pacino. Their early stuff is magnificent. It's like it's like looking in. It's like night and day when what they did in the '70s compared to now. They're old, I get it, but they still can act. If you give them a good script, like Killers of the Flower Moon, I heard it was a great performance from De Niro. He didn't win the Oscar, but nobody did because that movie was way too long. Scorsese doesn't know how to cut his movies to like a 2 hour running time. Yeah, because you know who's in 21 Jump Street? Brie Larson. And you know how I feel about her, right, guys? Huh? Yeah, she's on my wall twice. Oh, a woman. Oh, that burger looks good. That burger looks delicious, man. No, I don't eat rare. I always eat my burger well done. I don't want meat that's half cooked. I don't want to get a parasite. Ever got a parasite? It's the worst. It's like something's eating in your inside of your stomach. Drink some water. Because I met some film legends at Comic Con. I met because I met Kirk Fuller and I'm like he's an old actor and I love his work. A lot of things I've seen him in, he's been good in a lot of stuff. He's so good. Even him eating a burger, that's a bad performance, really. So that's worse than David Hasselhoff eating a burger on the floor. Yeah, that wasn't a performance, guys. That was a cry for help. Because I've seen Robert De Niro in good movies and bad films. But everybody, oh, that's disgusting. Ugh. The restaurant should be closed. If I see a giant cockroach I'm going to leave. It got a C grade? Yeah, no, thanks. I don't go to places that have lower than a B rating, for their cleanliness. Get him. Also, stay safe, LAPD, because the fires and everything, and also the firefighters. Yeah, be safe out there, man. There's Kadeem Hardison. Yeah, it's ironic because they fought each other in Vampire in Brooklyn. This is a much better movie than that because at least this movie knows what it is. It's not. It doesn't have an identity crisis. Eddie Murphy is trying here. He even did his own fight scenes. Yeah, he's a boss, man. He is definitely a boss. I know when an actor's a boss and when they're a cheap imitation. Compare this guy to the guy from Bringerton. I'm sorry, he's a poser. Yeah, it was. Yeah, never turn your back because they could run away. Yes, they do know each other. This is why look at Rene Russo smiling. I love this. Even the actors know what movie they're in. They look at Eddie Murphy smiling. At least he's smiling in this movie because in Madam Web, Dakota Johnson looked like she was like under house arrest or something. She like was like there against her will. Well, next time read the contract, cutie. Impersonating because it's Robert De Niro. This is a man that literally his career is built on being serious. If you've seen Godfather Part Two or Raging Bull or Mean Streets or even Midnight Run, yeah, he takes his job seriously. That's why he's an actor's actor. Yeah, whether he's speaking Italian or English, the man is an actor through and through. Yeah, these two I love. They're fun to watch together. Never in a million years. Yeah, and he's very New York, like me. Yes, I agree. I'm sorry, Razzies, you're wrong on this one. I like these two together. I didn't like the cast of Borderlands because again, Kate Blanchett looked like she didn't want to be there. Jack Black is annoying. Eddie Murphy's not annoying in this. He's not annoying. He's fun. I remember those Kit Kat bars. Yeah, listen to the black man. He worked in a Stephen King novel. He worked in a Stephen King movie. Is that Joy Bryant? I think that's her, right? So Budweiser. There's a lot of product placement in this movie, but it's not shoved in your face like an Adam Sandler movie. Oh my God, not the villain. He comes 28 minutes in, guys. They should have given him some subtitles or something, because, oh my God. You think the guy from Madam Web was horrible? That was just bad ADR that made this. This guy's not using ADR, and I could understand what he's saying. And why is his hair blonde? Your what? What? Yep, and they start shooting at him. Sheepmint? Yeah, again, I have no idea what he's saying half the time. It's like Sofia Vergara. It's better that she doesn't talk. You know what he looks like? He looks like a Mexican Gary Oldman with blonde hair. That's what he looks like. It's weird. Like if you took Gary Oldman, if he pretended to be Mexican, it'd be this guy. It's strange. He ain't no Pedro Pascal. How would it work? Yeah, you're not Carlos Ricardo Montalban, dude. He had a cool accent and he had charisma. You don't. Even Isa Gonzalez, I could understand her perfectly. But this guy, I'm like, he says a line, I'd have no idea what he's saying. I'm like, I had to put the subtitles to see what he said. I'm like, what did he say? It's like that. It's like the scene it's like that scene in Blazing Saddles when it's like, what did he say? The sheriff is near again. It's a scene like that. Yep, they're gonna shoot him down with laser pointers. I guess people didn't want to see this movie because of that. Shooting at a house and all that, yeah. You could call this terrorism, but again, it's a movie, guys. I don't go to movies to see the real world. I don't need to hear Trump jokes and hear about Hamas or any of that. I want to see something entertaining. If they don't mention Trump in the entire Captain America movie, I am fine with it. I'm fine with it. The president is not in the movie, so leave your political garbage out the window. This movie doesn't need to be political. Yeah. There's some really good effects work here, and stunt work, and also the action sequences. Who directed this movie? It was Tom Day, Dey. He did a good job, and also the writers. You had a couple of writers. Miles Miller, Alfred Goff, and Keith Sharon. Yeah, at least a woman didn't write it and wrote some feminist garbage. There's William Shatner, man. That man is a legend too. It's funny, man. Yeah, it's basically no, he's not. Robert De Niro. This movie is way more action than the Crow remake. Oh yeah, it's better than that, Spidey, because unlike that movie, it doesn't tease you, and it doesn't have an actor who's not American sleepwalking through the movie, and then they put the action at the end. No, this movie has action and comedy throughout the entire film. The entire film. There's a lot. There's some filler scenes right here or there, mainly with the villain, but this is a much better movie than the Crow remake because this film has about the same budget as that, and there's no horrendous CGI and bad pop singers as actors. No, pop singers are usually not actors, guys, unless you're Ariana Grande or Olivia Rodrigo, people that actually have the experience. But FKA Twigs, you're not an actress. Nobody likes you. Yeah, Shatner really did that jump, by the way. That wasn't a stunt double. Yeah, I talk like this, and it's fine. Shatner's acting never bothered me. I know a lot of people say he can't act, but he's trying, guys. He's an old man now. He's in his 90s. You can't blame him for not being like, I am not animated. You know, again, it's funny. It's just a parody. Like when they make fun of Shatner, they always overemphasize the words he says. He's Canadian, you know. He's one of the few un-American actors in this movie. Him and the Mexican guy who is not a good actor. He's yes, Shatner. I see it. Don't you ever replace Robert De Niro's face with CGI. Don't you dare do that because they did that with Ian Holm in Alien Romulus, and that movie got an Oscar. Not Deadpool and Wolverine, which actually had effects that were there, but a de-aged Ian Holm that's dead. Why would you do that, guys? It's disrespectful to the actor's legacy. Don't do that. Okay. Yeah, because it'll mess you up. Okay. Not even there. Yes, like Harrison Ford. He's a living legend, guys. Nothing that the Captain America movie will tarnish his legacy because he will always be known for Star Wars and Indiana Jones. And screw Disney for trying to stand for that. Disney didn't make this movie. Warner Brothers did. Mm-hmm. So good, man. How is this a Razzie performance? No, Norbit, that's a bad performance. The girl in the Crow remake, that's a bad performance. Anything Ella Balanska's done is a bad performance. Not Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro. They do fine here. It's underrated. I think it's a very underrated movie. Yeah, and Eddie Murphy's a good actor. People keep forgetting the Dreamgirls. He was great in that. If he didn't do Norbit, he would have won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Instead, Alan Arkin got it. But maybe Alan Arkin rest in peace, man. Because I love that man's acting as well. Ever since I saw him in The Rocketeer. See, the only F bomb in the movie. Man, this man is so good. Like, trust me, in Dirty Grandpa, that's a bad performance because it's Robert De Niro just mugging and saying, "I want to do everything that moves." I'm like, yeah, you're an old man. I don't think you need to do that. And him embarrassing at Zac Efron, that was just not right, man. Is that the guy from Tyrann Eric? It looks like him. Yeah, I think that's him. The guy that with the camera. Oh, I thought that was Rana Mitra. No, it's a Spanish girl that looks like Rana Mitra. I love talking in the camera. Look at me. Look how comfortable I am. And I don't have hair. Look, I shaved my head a few days ago. I had to, because I had so much hair. I wanted to get rid of it. I love the meta humor. I think it's underrated. It's a fun movie. If this movie came out in 2001 before 9/11, it would have done fine. But they released it in 2002, which is one of the hardest years to release a movie with guns and explosions and, terrorism. This has a little bit of terrorism because, you have this Mexican guy shooting at a person's house. Yeah, that's a terrorist act. I get it. And it's a building. I get it. Again, I lived in New York when that happened. A lot of people did not. Some directors need to retire. Like Ridley Scott hasn't made a good movie in years, or Francis Coppola, or or Spielberg. Well, Spielberg, I still he E.T. still makes me cry. I love how he's talking to the camera. It's funny, guys. Yeah, I love when Deadpool looks at the camera and says, "Hey Fox, suck it. I'm going to Disneyland." That's funny. That's hilarious. So it didn't get an Oscar nomination. There's always next time. Superman could get one for best costume design. I'd already think it looks better than any Oscar bait movie that's going to come out next year. It's all Pacino if Serpico. That's a good movie. Mm-hmm. Serpico's a good movie with Pacino. If you've seen that, it's a crime drama and it's really well done. I saw it in college years ago. Hey, bros do that. Hello, beautiful. See, two women in the movie and they don't ruin the film for me. Again, the villain is the problem, guys. Eddie Murphy, you're a king, man. One of the kings of comedy, man. You saw that CRT, that TV? I remember those in 2002. He's so good, man. I love these actors. When I love these actors, they could do a movie that's just decent and it's better than a lot of these young actors that I don't give a damn about until today. Like Florence Pugh. I'm sorry. No, you're not Oscar worthy. There's a reason Robert De Niro won several Oscars. You didn't win one. Brie Larson won an Oscar. You did not. Natalie Portman won an Oscar and you did not. Because they're better than you. Even Rene Russo is more Oscar worthy than you. That's funny, man. It's funny, man. This movie cracks me up. I have a sense of humor, guys. I got that from my father. I have my mother's heart and my dad's sense of humor. Except I know how to tell a joke without teaching, without saying the same things. Don't go in there. Yeah, he is. De Niro could be dramatic, and he could also be funny, and he could also be heartfelt and emotional. Yeah, I need to see Godfather Part Two, but not this month. There's nobody black in that movie, so every podcast I do has to have at least one black actor in it or actress. They have to be a main character or a supporting character, not a cameo, just to keep things clear. That is awesome. That car is crazy, man. That's like a Hummer. The Godfather Part 2 is long. Yes, it's over 3 hours long. I know. I'm going to wait till March or April to see it. And it's in Italian also. It's in English and Italian. Get it? Again, Fast and the Furious, you're done. You were done 5 movies ago. I knew that I would now. So good. So good. That song was in a lot of movies in the 2000s for some reason. Ice Ray. So good. That is an awesome car. He scratched the car. Mm-hmm. It's just a car. You're 47 minutes in. We're about halfway through the movie. See, it's very fast paced. This movie never drags for 30 minutes where I'm like, please just get to the next scene. That looks like a dentist's office. I know because I went to one last year. Twice. No thanks. No, don't say that, Robert. Yep, it's Showtime. Yeah, that's still a channel. Showtime. Yeah, and it's the name of the movie too. Yeah, he is. It's Showtime. Now you could do this pottery class on the internet. Friday nights on. Hey. Mm-hmm. That's a good close up. Whoops, the camera guy fell. Showtime. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's having fun with this movie. It's good to see him. Yep, got it. Embrace it because He started the arrow. Just he sells it. Yeah. Let me lie down a little bit. This could have been R rated, but I think it's fine to PG-13 because after 9/11, only PG and PG-13 movies were doing well. R rated movies didn't do well for a while until The Hangover because people were just so overly sensitive. If it, again, that's Lethal Weapon. Catchphrases, get it? Fan mail. See, one character, guys, not four. Showtime. I would love to meet Eddie Murphy at Comic Con. I'd be like, you are a comedic legend, sir. I love Eddie Murphy's energy in this movie. It's just these two actors are so much fun. Now we get back to the boring Gary Oldman looking Mexican guy villain who's so boring in this movie. Gary Oldman at least would have tried in this movie. Awesome explosion, but again, he's not the least bit interesting. He's just kind of see, and that's it. We get 10 seconds with the villain. And character again. I like how meta this is. Yes, 21 Jump Street did this better, but here's the thing, Josh, and everybody else listening. That movie was successful because it was like a decade after 9/11 and also had two really funny actors together. And it was written by Lord and Miller, the same guys that you adore for those Spider-Verse movies. Yeah, this had a director I had never heard of who I don't know. I think he's still working on television shows, but again, Lord and Miller, this was done by somebody else. So you can't expect the world out of it. And Lord and Miller didn't direct. Did they direct 21 Jump Street? They produced it. They worked on it though, and the Lego Movie. He wears glasses. Yeah, wink, wink. Brothers. We're gonna see a lot of that for the next 27 days. No, I don't want to. I don't have a lawyer. I can talk for myself. I don't need a voice box to do it for me. Eddie Murphy's great, man. But see, he's in character. This is not him in heavy makeup doing another accent or something. No, that just that got old. That got really old in the 90s. He's great, man. I love hearing Eddie Murphy. That's one thing that he has that Kevin Hart never had. He could be loud and it makes me laugh. Kevin Hart is him and Chris Tucker. They just scream too much. And even Little Ray Howery. Here's the thing, Hollywood. He's not Kevin Hart. He never will be. Don't make him scream in camera. It's not funny. It's just painful. He's a good actor. Don't waste his talent by screaming all the time. Because I saw Harold and the Purple Crayon. It was a terrible performance. But I gotta blame the script, not the actor. See, he's connecting with them. So good. He looks like a discount Dave Chappelle. Yeah, it's good. Freedom will ring this year, guys. Yeah, the worst part of this movie. Yeah, he does look like Dave Chappelle. Younger. He looks like the guy from Get Out. Am I going to see Get Out? No, because it's racist, and I want to wait until Oscar season for that. Plus, that guy's British, so I'm not Daniel Kaluuya, whatever his name is. No, I'm good. I'm good. This is Black History Month for African Americans and Canadians and people from Africa. Not appropriated bentos. Sorry, that's not going to fly this year. Nope. Now Internet Land. Internet Land. He gives a good performance as actor. It's a good performance. I like this guy actor's performance. Now they say, "Oh, this is racist." 2002, guys, not 2022. 2002. That was a really good scene. It was funny and it had people they're just being human. They're not acting like cartoon characters. If this was Chris Tucker or Kevin Hart, it would be like, you know, like, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, go there. No, that's not funny, guys. That's painful. And I could mute this part. I could mute this part. I don't want to hear the music. This isn't Hispanic Heritage Month. It's Black History Month. I'm only acknowledging them. If they're in the movie, fine. Look at Eddie Murphy. No, mute this. And now we got them meeting the villain, and then they have to catch him. And it comes a scene where I have no idea. Yeah, please shut up that music. Thank you, thank you, Mercy. Thank you. This is like the scene in RoboCop when he's looking for Clarence Boddicker. Yeah, Mexican Gary Oldman. What Mexican guy has blonde hair? You're not blonde. Eddie Murphy's like Richard, 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 Richard. That's funny, man. That's really funny. Wait, I got a lens flare. It's very sunny right now. You see my face? Yeah. Mute this part. Mute this part until they get up the stairs. They're filming everything. I love how meta this movie is. That is the guy from Tim and Eric. I think so, yeah. Mute this. Yeah, the music sucks in the scene, but again, it's a... Did you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gary Oldman was more intimidating and Leon the Professional than this guy. At least I could... But the dude did that. I love how he's making fun of his accent. It's hilarious because they literally have no idea what he's saying at the end. It's so terrible. It's so awful. Like this guy did not get a... It is a good line. I have to. Yeah, again, it's like if Sofia Vergara played a villain. She's not a good actor. Even in even in the movie in Despicable Me 4, there's a reason she has the least amount of screen time compared to Will Ferrell and Steve Carell and Kristen Wiig. And she's not funny. She's not funny. I'm sorry. I want a slushie again. What, a slushie? What is a slushie? You know, when Al Pacino did this in Scarface, it was a joke, guys. Scarface was, it's not a parody. Yeah, take that. You dumb looking Gary Oldman looking douche nozzle. Again, good stunt work. Yes, it is. If I saw this in The Last of Us, I would give a standing ovation. That's right. Eat it. Eat it, you stupid stereotype. Take that. Again, they get what they deserve. De Niro's just great. I love him in nearly everything he's in, except for Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's a cartoon. Want to look at it? And it reminds me of Deadpool and Wolverine. One guy's taking the movie so seriously, the other's the thing. Yeah, and that movie would made $1 billion. And Josh was like, I'm sick of Ryan Reynolds just being the goofy guy. I'm like, he wasn't goofy in If. It was a bad movie, and he didn't need to be there. He could have been a voice for like 5 seconds. He didn't need to be a human If in the movie. Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah, these two are just great together. I'm gonna take up a hobby this year. I want to make costumes. I want to buy my mom a sewing machine so I could get her a sewing machine and we can make costumes together. Because it's better than to buy. I'm only buying costumes for Comic Con, because I got two of them for Comic Con. because Comic-Con is in now that it's February, it's 4 months from now. 4 months and 7 days. It's 4 months and a week. And he's funny. He's so animated. I love it. That's why I love the Shrek movies, because he's the funniest thing in those movies. Because before Puss in Boots took over that franchise, Eddie was the big funny one in this first one. Let's face it, he outshined Mike Myers in that movie because he's so funny and animated, and just his voice fit that character so well. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. Yeah, I love his New York accent. Just it's spot on, man. It looks avant-garde. I like the posters. This dialogue is so snappy. I love it. I would love my room to look like that. It's no, I'm not going to repeat the joke because then some people will get offended. It's a German Shepherd. Yeah, you're so cute. I can't say no. I love animals. You know me. Yeah, it's just an animal, guys. Don't treat an animal. No, it's a German Shepherd. You gotta earn their trust. So you know they could be vicious if you don't train them right. Because I have a little puppy at home. She's not a German Shepherd. She's a cute dog with floppy little ears. You guys have seen my pictures on Facebook of my sister's beautiful Cavalier Shih Tzu dog. There's villain. I don't even know what the name of the villain is. Is Vargas? Yeah. His henchmen are better actors than him. That guy that said it's Showtime. At least I can understand that. This guy just mumbles through his words. And again, I understand why people were so hesitant to see this in the theater, but I would have. If they re-release this movie in an Eddie Murphy marathon, I'll go see it. The Alamo Drafthouse, they release a lot of flops in the theater, guys. They re-released Cats. I'm dead serious. The Cats movie from 2019 was released in the theaters again after it flopped because they did a movie party for it. They know what kind of audience they have. Audiences that will sit through anything, even the worst movies in the world. Because sometimes you gotta laugh at a bad movie. This is not a bad movie. I think it's underrated. Okay, I can mute this part. It's just a bunch of Spanish guys shooting the cops. Again, I get why some people avoided this in the theater. I didn't, only because I didn't have money in 2002. And this came out when I was in school. But the action is really good. Though. Mm, it's showtime. Yeah, Julio's played by one of the guys from Tim and Eric. I don't know which one it is, Tim or Eric, but he's a good actor. At least he's interesting in the movie. And while this isn't Bad Boys, it's not it's not Cop Out, which is so annoying because Tracy Morgan in that movie got on my nerves. I hated him in that movie. And the other movie, what was it? Ride Along? I didn't like that one either. And I didn't see Chips because I'm like, yeah, I didn't. It just got dirty humor for the sake of being dirty. Also, an underrated movie also is Let's Be Cops. See that one? I'm probably gonna do that one. I have to see if they have it on streaming or if I could find the DVD because I had the digital copy but I lost it. That's a funny movie. We're an hour and 10 minutes in. It's a really good chase scene. And you know what's good about this movie? There's no bad CGI in it, even in 2002. In Madam Web, every shot of the movie has bad CGI. At least one bad CG shot. The beginning with the spiders and the people jumping and the effects are horrible. That's right, De Niro. Own these guys. What kind of guns are those? They're like semi-automatics, but they look like they shoot like a grenade launcher. They're like, it's crazy. It's like a gun from a Borderlands game. Watch the pigeons. That was awesome. Again, very underrated film, and people say this is terrible. A cool chase scene in the third act that's not computer generated. That sounds like a victory to me. Especially so many bad cop movies I've seen over the years. In the past 15 years, yeah. This movie reminds you it's 2002, but without beating it over your head like Madam Web. Give me this over Madam Web any day, guys. It's shorter. It's only 90 something minutes. That's movie's like an hour and 40 some minutes. And it's not even like it doesn't have more to say. Wow. Look at that stunt. That guy was in Native American guy was in he was in Batman Returns. He was the guy that gets slashed in the face by Catwoman when you first see her in the suit. This is a really good chase scene. This is not one of Eddie Murphy's worst, not even close. Pluto Nash came out the same year as this, and it was way worse. I know that. $100 million, and it looks like a bad movie from the '90s. Here, at least Eddie Murphy's playing one role, not four or two. That is a really good stunt. It is. I will defend this movie. I will bat for this movie any day. That is solid. Very, very solid. They really did this. This is a real car, real truck, no CGI. So you could do it. It's just Hollywood is lazy. They're like, oh, Fast and the Furious, the cars can fly now and they can do anything. No, they can't. Car. Hell yeah, it was. Hey, at, at least Robert De Niro said no to Megaflopolis because he could have said yes to that. And he said no. Yeah, listen to Robert De Niro. Come on. Yeah. Now during COVID, I had to do a lot of stuff I would normally not do, like like play video games for days without sleep. The pecker cam, get it? Yeah, again, I know the feeling. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't hate cameras. I've been in front of them my entire life, even before some of my subscribers were born. Yeah, since childhood. Flash, flash, flash. Film, film, film. Yeah. There's a lot of footage of me out there. A lot. Yep. Dogs could be cops too. Good puppy wuppy. Sounds like Nickelodeon. Yeah. Clooney didn't hit it big until the 90s. The score, I like the score in this movie too. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's very dusty in here. Hmm. These guys talk like normal guys. See, they're not cartoon. They're not cartoon characters. Hmm. There were worse movies in 2002. Trust me, I know. Really, really. There, hmm. Again, selling himself out. Turn, look at that. Yeah, he has a blueprint and everything. It's a loud black woman. Yuck! She's like she freaked out. That's a sexy voice. Yeah, there was. Yeah, see? Some people are like that when they meet actors at Comic-Con. I've seen it, trust me. Two German guys with a giant poster of Starship Troopers. If that's not obsession, I don't know what is. A gun convention. Again, this is one of the only scenes in the movie that did not age well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just, yeah, I get it. I get it, people. I get it. This scene did not age well, yeah. Not because it's not funny, because it's pretty intense, yeah. Excuse me. There's the money. First you get the money, then you get the power. Yeah, and I like Renee Russo in the movie. She doesn't do anything like physically like Lethal Weapon 3, but she does a good performance here. This was like a decade after that. You could tell. But yeah, this did not age well. If this was Comic-Con, it'd be fine, but a gun convention, yeah, no. I don't go to gun conventions. You are a beautiful legend, Renee Russo. I love you so much. Again, she didn't let Kathleen Kennedy taint her career. Mexican Gary Oldman. Yeah! I love the... Yeah, seriously, this gun... Who made this gun? Rambo? See? He's only intimidating when he has a gun, but when he speaks in the scene, I'm like, what did this guy just say? Where are the subtitles? Are the subtitles here? Let me see. General setup. Subtitle. No, I don't see the subtitles here. No, not the menu. Not the menu, no. Mode. No. There's no subtitles here because I don't have the remote. Yeah, of course he takes her hostage. This is the scene here. I don't know what he says in the scene. You're doing something to me? I'm like... Well, the movie's almost over. We're 84 minutes in, so we're in the last couple minutes. A gun show? Yeah, I don't go to those. Let's just say I want to keep my head on my shoulders. I'd rather go to a Comic-Con. Any Comic-Con in the entire world. Yeah, this scene, I don't know a word he says. This scene, I have no... This is the most cringe scene in the entire movie. Listen to this. Listen to this line. You have a list of demands. That I understand. Oh, God, yeah, exactly. What did you say? What? What? No. You said the weapons in here. I'm like, what are you, Sliced alone? You thought the guys and weapons in here. I'm like, what are you, my brother? I have no... Even the actors are like, what the hell did he just say? He says it twice. You caught the guys and weapons in here. I don't know what he said, guys. I'm sorry. No. I have no idea what he said. Like, that's the Razzie performance right there. Not Eddie Murphy. I'm so glad the guys and weapons in there. You see why they're not looking at this actor? Because it probably died of laughter when they heard that line in the when they were killed. Sheesh. Danny Trejo's Oscar worthy compared to this guy. $1,000 weapons in here. I don't know, guys. That should be a meme on Facebook. It really should. That's horrible. Even Tommy was so I can understand. You are tearing me apart, Lisa. Even yeah, Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro, they have no idea what he's. It makes a scene that should be tense and it makes it into a joke. Seriously, dude, who dubbed your dialogue? I don't know what he said, guys. And yes, that's in the TV version as well. If you see this on TV, that's ridiculous. That is so laughable, man. Seriously, Gary Oldman, I would have known. I would have understood what he said. Yep, that's the only CG in the movie. That bullet. Thank God he killed this guy. I didn't want to hear this guy act in another Eddie Murphy movie. I have no idea what he said. I saw this movie on YouTube months ago, and I liked it, but I had no idea what he said. I put the subtitles, and I don't know what he said. I'm gonna have to see the subtitles and see what the hell he just said, because I have no idea. Water. That I understand. See, visual storytelling. Pedro Pascal, thank God he doesn't have an accent like that. That's awesome. Yeah, there's a little CG at the end, but it's not throughout the entire film. This I understand because, again, they're on top of a big building. The water's practical, but that bullet was CGI, and when they go outside, there's a little green screen, but it's not the whole movie. Yep, they got it. And the villain doesn't even get shot. Like, he gets shot. Yeah, they got the whole thing. This probably broke records. That was amazing, yeah. But that guy's accent, I have no idea what he said, guys. Thank goodness he's not in 48 hours, because he would have butchered that movie with his dumb accent. I have no idea what he said, so don't put it in the chat. I have no idea. No. Not in a million years. Yeah, again. You are a beautiful woman. Don't worry, Eddie Murphy. You get kissed in a lot of other movies here. I made a pottery in high school. That villain needed to die because seriously. That was hilarious. The villain, he has a stupid line that no one understood in the thing. That even Rene Russo was like, "What did he just say?" Yeah, that's a fun movie. That was fun. That was a fun movie, guys. See this movie, please. This is the blood gag reel. So 90 minutes. See, not 2.5 hours. Again, they couldn't say that. They only say one F-bomb in the movie. It's showtime. No, you feel lucky. Punk is Clint Eastwood. Get the camera out of here! I love his accent. It's just so New York, man. From one New Yorker to another, Robert. Never stop being you, man. You are a film legend. You and Eddie Murphy and Rene Russo and William Shatner. Yes, I said that. Cop Top. Also, when you do a podcast, have fun. Yeah, again, see, even Eddie Murphy knows that this guy didn't know what he said. Seriously, the weapons in there. I'm like, I have no idea what he said, guys. Even to this day, I have no idea what he said. If I saw this in a theater, I'd be like, subtitles. Even Vin Diesel drunk sounds better than Showtime. This is fun, yeah. It's not 21 Jump Street, but it's fun where it's at. That was fun. Thanks for watching, guys. The few you did, Spidey and whoever else subscribed. Thanks for watching this. This is one of the most underrated Eddie Murphy movies and Robert De Niro movies I've ever seen. It's funny and it's short and it gets to the point. It's got a terrible villain with one of the worst lines in cinema history, but it still doesn't diminish the movie because I'm like, I could make fun of it. It should have been a meme. Seriously. I understood the cast of Encanto more than this guy. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Be careful. I don't want to scratch the disc. And acknowledge me, and I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. So see you then.